All right, so let's combine our bowling ball with our pin, give our ball some texture. So we're going to add materials to the ball. We're going to add the bowling ball to the pin, open the bowling version 5 file. So that was where we made our original pin file. Then I'm going to append or add the bowling ball, and you'll do that by going into your bowlingball.blend file that you made. Then you'll go into object, and then you'll go into bowling ball mesh. Then you'll notice that the pin is huge. We didn't size or scale that pin realistically, so we're going to do that now, and I'm going to show you that a pin is 15 inches tall, and we're going to convert that to meters on Google. Then we'll select that object, the pin, we'll scale it to 0.381 meters. And one thing to know about when you're trying to scale, if you hold down shift, it will make that movement of dragging your mouse more precise. So like I said, I went in and I opened up my Rachel Giroux Bowling version 5 where I had my pin curve and my pin mesh. I'm going to hide the curve. I don't need it right now. I don't want my camera right now. I don't need my light right now. I'm going to go to File. I'm going to append. I'm going to find my bowling ball. So there it is, the Rachel Giroux bowling ball.blend. So find your bowling ball.blend file. And then when you do, you'll notice that you can actually append all of these different facets of that. There is an object folder, and that's where you're going to find your bowling ball. So I'm just going to double click on my bowling ball. It is down there at the bottom. If I hide that pin mesh, you can see it. And remember, if I select my bowling ball and I hit the dot on my numpad, guess what? It'll zoom right in on my ball for me. Okay, so there it is. I'm going to come back a little bit and I'm going to hit G, and I'm just going to move my bowling ball over a little bit and hit G, Z and move it up, and then hit G, X and move it over so that at least I know that it's right on the axes, which is good. And now let's go ahead and make the pin mesh visible. I just have a slight discrepancy in the size of that pin compared to the bowling ball, which we know that we made to scale, right? So hit N and open up your transform box, select your pin, and take a look at the dimensions. Okay, the width of that pin is 1.5 meters. Remember, a meter is 3 feet. So this is like 4.5 feet wide. Clearly, that is out of proportion. I want to show you that you can easily Google and find out the height of anything, the proportions of anything. So I know that the pin is 15 inches tall, and then you just go to Google and you do convert 15 inches to meters, and then there it is. 15 inches is 0.381 meters. So I'm going to try to get right around 0.38. So now I'm going to hit scale, and I'm going to look at my Z, and I want my Z to be about 0.381. So I'm going down, I'm going down, I'm going down, and I'm getting down to the point where it's about right. I'm going to hold down shift. Whoa, look at that. Did you see how close I got to 0.381? 0.38. I just left click to drop it into place. And now go to view, frame selected, which is the same as the dock. We can see now that my bowling ball is kind of off to the side a little bit more than I want it. So I'm going to grab it. I'm going to hit G, X, and I move it over. And then I can also rotate it. Remember, you have these rotations. So the ball is selected and I can go like this and click and drag that and rotate it so that I can actually see the cute little face on there. You can animate that. Let's select the ball and add some material. So you go over here to the materials tab, right? And you're going to make sure there is a slot up here. So I'm just going to click new to add a slot. Click new to add that specific material, and I'll call that my bowling ball. Hit enter. I will select this base color to be about a gold color because I'm thinking I want a nice gold ball because I'm kind of cool like that. Then I'm going to go down to, you can play around with all of these. Don't feel like you can't. But you could go to metallic and give it kind of a metallic feel. The roughness is going to give it that really shiny reflective feel. So that's fun. You could make your bowling ball like really cheesy. Can you imagine yourself being there at the bowling alley right now with that sweet ball? Yeah. And then remember that you do up here have those different worlds that you can use, and you can just play around with different effects. I think I liked that effect the most. I'm going to go ahead and do File, Save As, and I will save that as my version 6. Next, you're going to set up your pins and create an alley. So 7 will give you the top view and you'll be able to see the grid. You'll do Shift D to duplicate your pins, and then you're going to align those pins on the grid. Next, let's set up the pins. You're going to click the number 7 on your number pad to get to top view, and then you'll see this great little grid that you can use to arrange your pins. Shift D is to duplicate your pins, and then you can just align your pins on the grid. The first thing we're going to do is do the number 7 for top view, and this is what I mean when I tell you that you get this great view of the grid. And then you'll just select your pin and hit Shift D and X, and you'll notice that allows me to just move it along the X axis. Now I've played around with this and I've figured out that if you move it 2 of these to the left, which would be 0.2, that's about the right distance. And then if you hit G and Y and move it up about 3, that's going to be the perfect distance. And then we'll just keep on doing that. So I'm going to hit Shift D, X, and go 2 to the left, left click to drop it, and then G, Y, and go up 3, drop it. And I'm pretty sure I can do that one more time. Shift D, X, left 2, drop it, G, Y, move it up 3. Now I should be able to select these 3, hit Shift D to duplicate, and then hit X. Let's go ahead and separate those so that essentially they're all 4 units apart. And then we can do the same thing with these 2. Whoops, it selected 3, so just want those 2. Hit Shift D to duplicate, and then X, and slide those over so they're 4 apart. And then we're just going to hit this 1, Shift D to duplicate, X, and slide it over 4 spots. That wasn't too hard, was it? Now you can see we just need to create a bowling lane.